The United States could be preparing for further strikes against Yemen's Houthis as a squadron of US B-2 Spirit stealth bombers is reportedly heading for the Indian Ocean's tiny Diego Garcia Island. According to the War Zone website reports, satellite images have revealed a major military buildup on Diego Garcia over the past 48 hours, with at least 3 C-17 cargo planes and 10 aerial refueling tankers arriving at the remote island. TWZ reports saying air traffic control audio picked up communications from 2 B-2 bombers flying over Australia on Tuesday. And their crew confirmed the presence of a third bomber, suggesting a coordinated mission. And a fourth B-2 had to make an emergency landing at Hickam Air Force Base in Hawaii. TWZ further said air traffic recordings suggested that additional B-2s departing from Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri were also bound for Diego Garcia. Data suggested that U.S. Air Force F-35A Joint Strike Fighters have also been sent to the region. Diego Garcia is part of the Chagos Group of Islands and a joint U.S.-UK military base in the Indian Ocean, where Washington could be preparing ground for its missions, as it is out of range of Iranian and Houthi missiles. In fact, the military buildup comes amid the United States intensifying its campaign against the Iran-backed Houthis in Yemen, and President Trump himself recently issuing strong warnings on Truth Social, saying every shot fired by the Houthis will be looked upon as a shot fired by Iran, and Iran will be held responsible with dire consequences. Meanwhile, Iran has released a video of its Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces, General Mohammad Bagheri, and IRGC Aerospace Force Commander Amir Ali Hajizadeh visiting what Iranian media called an underground missile city. The two officials boarded a vehicle that toured the underground complex, passing by rows of parked vehicles carrying various ballistic missiles. An Iranian flag and IRGC logo were displayed on the lead vehicle in a convoy carrying weapons.
The armed forces continue their path of growth, advancement, and capability determinedly.
Today, we will unveil a new missile city every week. The project will continue for the next 2 years.
Furthermore, U.S. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard has said Iran at the moment is not actively pursuing a nuclear weapon, but she said the American intelligence community have assessed that the discussion of nuclearization has increased inside the regime in Tehran. She further said Iran's enriched uranium stockpile is at its highest levels and is unprecedented for a state without nuclear weapons.
The IC continues to assess that Iran is not building a nuclear weapon, and Supreme Leader Khamenei has not authorized the nuclear weapons program that he suspended in 2003.
And let's go straight across now to Jack Rush, Research Associate at United Against Nuclear Iran, with us on the broadcast this minute. Thanks very much for being here. What is your assessment of what's emerging at this point?
Thank you for having me. The current buildup of B-2 bombers in Diego Garcia is clearly telegraphed toward the Iranian regime by Washington. The B-2 bombers conduct precision bombings that can target underground storage facilities, weapons caches, and missile launch facilities. That's the sort of operation they've been used previously against the Houthis. And this buildup on Diego Garcia is likely going to be used in a similar mission in the coming days and weeks. But that is with the intent that Iran will see what's happening, in Yemen, and it will be a threat against further weaponization of the Iranian nuclear program. Just because Iran is not currently assessed to be producing a nuclear weapon does not mean that a nuclear weapon is not being sought. Iran has engaged in an unprecedented level of uranium enrichment. They've conducted experiments necessary to weaponize their nuclear program in short order. And so the U.S. actions in Diego Garcia and against the Houthis are with the intent of demonstrating U.S. power to Iran and to bring Iran to the negotiating table, as the Trump administration has sought to do.
Right. What, according to you, would these developments really mean for the region overall, coming at a time like this?
So the Iranian regime is in its weakest position in recent years. In the past year, their axis of resistance proxy network has largely been dismantled. The Assad regime in Syria has fallen. Hezbollah is at a very weak point. Hamas is also in a relatively weak state. And so the Houthis are Iran's last powerful regional proxy or ally. And so further U.S. action against the Houthis would seek to weaken Iran's proxy network further and put Iran in an even more vulnerable position to, as I said, bring them to the negotiating table in line with the aims of the Trump administration.
Right, we're leaving it there for the moment. Thanks very much for joining us with your perspectives. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.